Indubitably, yes, this must be the place. I'm getting goosebumps. Right? I feel the same way. This is so exciting. We've come all this way to a distant foreign land seeking mermaids. Of course, I have my own reasons for trying to locate the mythical creatures, but for now I intend to scour this land in order to learn as much as I can about its lore and legends. But it occurs to me I never actually explained the particulars of my Ise Bay mermaid excursion to the girl. No matter, it's nothing of consequence really, so I'll just introduce my reasons a bit at a time. Alright, let's open the profile. Okay, although a grown man, he has a certain naive boyishness to him, most evident in his passion for romantic tales and appetite for chasing his dreams. However, this also comes with an equivalent amount of immaturity, making him somewhat troublesome to deal with. Okay, he's in Japan seeking mermaid flesh, which is believed to grant immortality. His reason is simple, a fascination with the occult. A pursuit he feels is worthy of devoting his entire life to. Okay. Okay, so that's the gist of it. So he wants to achieve immortality. Okay, Ise province is the land whither repair the waves from the eternal world. The eternal world is purported to be a perpetual paradise, a separate plane from the world we live in, yes? Could it be mermaids hail from such a place? Kawagawa town might be located right next to Mie Prefecture's modern capital, Sioux City, but there's something you have to keep in mind. This was also the birthplace of Heike, a branch of the Heian period's preeminent Taira clan. If you're going to talk about Ise province, you absolutely have to mention the Heike. I do have a passing understanding of the topic. The Heike took part in the Genpei War, correct? That's right, that was the war in the Heian period where two great samurai families... Okay, so here's the thing about samurais. The Minamoto and Taira locked horns and really got into it. Among the Heike, Taira no Kiyomori was in a particular famous figure who appears in many creative works concerning the event. His father, Taira no Tadamori, was the one responsible for securing the Heike's high social standings. So, Tadamori was Kiyomori's father, right? With names like that, how can anyone hope to keep them straight, right? I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, this is a lot to remember. That's history for you. I'm afraid you'll just have to memorize them. Thankfully for us, we have files that we can just refer to, so it's not that big a deal. I suppose you're right about that, and memorize them I shall. Oh, hello, Silcone. Catching up with the stream. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Apparently, Tadamori was born in Sioux City in a place called Ubushina. Ah, so that's why they call this area. The woman who works at the police, part of the, like, paranormal department, her assistant. Maybe they'd get on well. As such, young Circe has received education on this rare subject from a young age and is now an apprentice exorcist. In order to continue her training, or more likely simply because of her interest in the area, Circe's come to Japan to study abroad. Upon hearing such news, I sought to employ her as my guide for this mermaid hunting expedition. She's apparently quite fond of Japanese myths and folktales, and has already explored a number of areas concerned with the occult. Interested in visiting Mie Prefecture at least once during her stay, she immediately agreed to my request. Okay, so let's check out her spiritual abilities. I think that's going to be important. The ability to call upon numerous guardian spirits of the Lunar Light family and invoke their powers to exorcise spirits. Shikigami, the ability to turn a piece of paper with an individual's name written on it into a butterfly, which will return to the individual in question. Although she does not have to be the one who wrote the name, it must be Circe who cast the spell on paper. Dowsing, the ability to use a pendulum to search for a target based on what the user can sense of their spiritual power. Okay, there we go. Although she's supposed to be in the care of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, that's exactly the place I was thinking about. She has been spending more time traveling around the country sightseeing than working through her training circuit. Okay, so maybe she knows. Maybe she knows the woman and her assistant then. Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Oh, okay, there's going to be a lot of information here. Good thing I've got my water. I know whenever I play this game, I'm like, I'm going to be talking a lot, so I need to stay hydrated. This is the Metropolitan Center of Mie, and a locus of historic events. I guess that makes it the perfect place to start a new journey. Oh, okay, that was relatively short, actually. Can we get back to the mermaids you mentioned? What became of the 3 that were caught in the fishing nets? At that time, the lord of this area was Taira no Tadamori. You didn't already forget him, did you? Well, the fisherman thought the mermaids were a fascinating find, so he placed 2 of them into boxes and presented them to Tadamori. That was another thing, is there was something about a box. Was it Yusa's mother who had a box? No, there was a woman. There was a woman that apparently showed up on the island who just had a box. So I'm wondering if maybe one of those boxes has the mermaid? Lord Tadamori must have been well pleased by that. How could he not be? It was known eating the flesh of a mermaid grants eternal life. Actually, Tadamori evidently said they were disturbing and gross and refused to accept them. I'm sorry. Ugh, gross. God, what a waste. However, the fisherman cut up the remaining mermaid and ate it himself. So what happened to him? Well, the fisherman died. Said it was pretty tasty. Or that. Well, no, tasty is it? And that's all I've got. That's it? That's all I could find in existing records. The act of eating a mermaid's flesh alone may not produce any results. I suppose there may be other requisite conditions, wouldn't you say? Well, considering the sheer number of eyewitnesses' reports concerning mermaids, it is odd there aren't more immortals walking around. There don't seem to be any records about what happened to the mermaids that Tadamori refused to accept. I suppose it's possible someone in the Heike clan snuck off with them. Now that's a hypothesis I can get behind. That's my guess, maybe, is the box that woman had maybe has a mermaid in it. Mermaid corpse. I put together an assortment of files concerning the Heike, so feel free to give them a look if you're interested. You have my heartfelt gratitude. Oh boy, this is going to be really long, isn't it? But this feels like this is going to be very important. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's a sword. The Nukimaru. That feels like that might be important. The mermaids will definitely be important. We will look at those later. There's one thing I should warn you about, though. Oh? This group sometimes gets referred to as Issei Taira as well, which might make things a little confusing. I'll go ahead and label it as Heike. Does it really matter? Aren't they basically the same thing? Not exactly. You see, the term Issei Taira refers to the Taira clan as a whole because it originated in Issei. On the other hand, people generally refer to the family within the clan that included Tadamori and Kiyomori as simply the Heike. Their family features prominently in the stories we're interested in, so I'll use Heike most of the time. Plus, it has a nice ring to it. Either way works for me, so do as you like. The Tale of Heike also used Heike. You're awfully particular about this, but I rather like that kind of fastidiousness. I know what that word is, but I'm pretty sure I didn't say that correctly. Anyway, after a number of events, the Heike would go on to lose the Battle of Dan no Ura and be completely eradicated. Oh, I believe I know this one. Dan no Ura is found in Kyushu, is it not? Or Kyushu. Bingo! The clan was chased out of Kyoto and pushed further and further west until they were eventually wiped out there. It pains me to think of such a resplendently glorious clan meeting such an ignominious end. That's why the Heike's resentment is particularly strong, and many remnants of it remain even today. Shrines and monuments have even been erected throughout the land in an attempt to quell the resentment. Ah, now we've reached your particular field of expertise. Because the clan fell from such an exalted position so abruptly, that resentment is exceptionally persistent and quite pervasive. That said, famous places related to people like Taira no Kiyomori are well attended by worshippers, so they're relatively stable. It's the puffed up and pretentious Heike clan members that no one even remembers who caused the most trouble. I seem to recall a number of individuals going so far as to claim those outside the Heike clan could not be considered human. But if that's the case, are we really safe here? You don't think we might find ourselves assailed by lingering grudges? Much of Issei province protected by shrines, and the area is suffused with spiritual energy, so we're probably safer here than most places. But that's just the land itself. Objects or people that the resentment has seeped into are a different story. They're saying people infused with resentment. I wonder if that's Sato. Somewhat troubling to hear. That water did not go down well. Either way you look at it, this region is still home to many places and things associated with the Heike. Excellent, I believe I've gotten a grasp of the situation at hand. It's time we made our way to the next locale. We're on the clock after all. Let's get to it. Oh, and we move. Alright, so it looks like we can move around here too. Well, it would seem we've arrived, and where are we now? So, it's funny, I've played so many visual novels that take place in Japan, specifically in the summer, that whenever I hear cicadas, it's like weirdly nostalgic despite the fact I have never been to Japan. We do have things like that here. Like, we do have, you know, bugs that are quite loud, but like this specific sound of cicadas in like a Japanese summer rural town, I'm like, why is it so nostalgic to me? Oh shoot. Hello, secret squirrel. I'm good. Sorry, I missed your comment. I'm doing well. Kusawa is quite famous because of the Yaoi Bikuni legend. I'd be surprised if there was anyone who hasn't heard of it. I'm sorry to say I've never heard of it. Wait, really? Come now, don't act so shocked. You can't expect me to know every little thing, and besides, I'm not even from this country. The very reason I requested you to be my guide was so you could teach me about things like this. I guess that's true. Okay, I understand. I'll be counting on your explanations. Basically, we're kind of obvious, like, basically, we're the dumb people that are like, we don't know these things. Please explain them to us. Ah, the fabled beauty of the serene Japanese countryside. It really is charming. Yes, the incessant chirping of locusts combined with unrelenting heat. This is Japanese summer, alright. I was literally just saying that. I was thinking, I'm like, what is the thing we have here? Locusts, that's it. Like, you do hear them where I live in the summer sometimes, but it's not as pervasive. It's not as constant. I have learned from these games, I'm like, as much as I would love to hear it in real life, I'm like, I've heard just from people, like, do not go to Japan in the summer. It is hot, it is humid, it is just... And I'm someone who does not deal with heat well. So it would just be a nightmare. So I experienced them through games and media instead. It's fascinating to think such a peaceful place could be home to such profound historical events. I'm practically jittering with excitement. I can see that. Let's try to keep a cool head, shall we? If Yaoi Bikini really did exist, I wonder what sort of life she led. I can't begin to imagine what it would be like to live for hundreds of years. Oh, interesting. Summer is the spooky season in East Asia, just like autumn is in the West. That is very interesting. I did not know that. The legend of Yaoi Bikini originated here in Kusawa, Ano Town. Long, long ago, a 17-year-old girl named Osato lived in this village. She unknowingly ingested the meat of a mermaid that was served. I wonder if that's the reason that so many, like, kind of horror... I find a lot of, like, Japanese media, but, like, horror does take place a lot of times in the summer. I didn't think about that. I figure because a lot of times when you play these types of games or you watch stuff, it's, like, usually revolved around, like, kids or high schoolers. So, you know, like, summertime, they're, like, out of school for a little bit. They get summer vacation, right? I don't know if it's the same as, like, Western, where it's, like, they get... I think they do get some time off in the summer. Could be mistaken about that, but like maybe that's it, where it's just like they're able to explore and do things, so stuff will happen to them. But yeah, that's a really interesting thing about summer kind of being like a spooky season in East Asian countries. That's cool. She unknowingly ingested the meat of a mermaid and became immortal. After subsequently being persecuted by the other villagers, she became a nun and made a pilgrimage around the entire country. At the end of the story, she eventually returned to this village and lived out the rest of her very long life. Tales told in other parts of the country play out in almost exactly the same fashion. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, we're getting a lot of information. I feel like the information we're going to be getting from Cersei is going to be very important later, because we haven't really gotten to any things like in the original game where you have to kind of solve puzzles and like by using the information that you have, but I feel like that is something that's going to come up with all of the information that we're being given about these different legends. What's down there? Some sort of shrine? This shrine is apparently dedicated to Sugawa no Michizane. We should go pay our respects before we leave. The legend of Yaoi Bikini, the girl who ate the flesh of a mermaid and lived for 800 years, has been passed down all over Japan. Not only here in Mie Prefecture's Ono Town, but in Fukui, Aichi, and Gifu prefectures as well. In total, the story's been found in 121 locations in 28 prefectures throughout the country. Or at least, that's what certain research has indicated. Doesn't that seem like a lot? Were there really that many different Yaoi Bikinis out there? Obviously, not all the legends can be true. But I actually have a theory on the subject. Would you like to hear it? What if he was just like, no, by all means? Most of the legends refer to a woman who stopped aging and lived for 800 years after consuming the meat of a mermaid. At that point, because others would find it strange she wasn't getting any older, she wasn't able to live in normal society anymore. I suppose that would be natural. It would explain why she withdrew from the world and became a nun. Exactly, and that's how she got the name Yaoi Bikini, the 800-year-old Bikihuni nun. With 800 years on her hands, she easily could have made a pilgrimage around the entire country. How interesting. Buddhist priests are known for trekking throughout the land as a form of ascetic training. So maybe that's Yuza's mother just showing up in that random town, or like these women that just seem to appear in like these random towns. So maybe it's just like they don't age and they just move around? And if we consider the 121 locations where the legend was found, with 800 years to spare, she could have spent 6 years in each location. Oh, was it 5 or 6 years since the disaster, the thing that supposedly killed the mother? Gosh, there's a lot to go through. I'm not going to go through it. I think it was 5 years. I think it was 5 years since that happened. 6 years would certainly be enough time for her to make a name for herself in each and every location, right? Ho ho, oh my dear, I believe I see what you're getting at. Your theory posits that the stories of Yaoi Bikini that have been passed down in every corner of the country refer to the exact same individual. Well, it might be a bit much to say all of them are the same. There may have been a few different people. But it's more convincing than the theory that there were 121 people. I also think Yaoi Bikini of Wakasa province is the most likely origin of the legend. I wonder, don't all the different instances of the story throughout Japan also claim that particular location as her place of final rest? That may be true, but I assume each of those different places wanted to have a grave or some other tangible marker to base the legend on. But with so many people that are purported to have lived for 800 years all die around the same time, it seems pretty unlikely. Then you believe some of the tales were embellished. That sort of thing happens all the time. Legends are always mixtures of truth and fantasy. Moreover, it doesn't make sense that every single immortal would decide to become a nun. There were likely some places that simply believed Yaoi Bikini was the term for an immortal. Rather than a nun, for all we know, she said Amma. Oh, Amma be none of that, and became an Amma diver. Badumts. That's actually pretty insightful. Many legends are based on simple semantic misunderstandings. Now wait a minute, I won't stand here and let my dumb joke actually become a salient point of discussion. Let's drop it then. But still, if one were to somehow live for 800 years, a person that became immortal after the Kamakura period could still be alive today. True, and if so, I would love to sit them down for a long chat. Okay, there's more to this. Holy cow. Can Kusawa's legend of Yaoi Bikini really be true? There must be falsehoods and fictions mixed in the tale, surely. Who knows? Ise province isn't that far from Wakasa province, after all. She may have simply walked here from there. The fact the stories from each different area are so similar does make me wonder if they didn't get mixed together somehow. Oh, you think the legend may be an amalgamation of stories from various locations. Exactly, but then again... The immortal in the story from this location has her own name, which gives the legends a certain verisimilitude? Man, a lot of words I've never seen before. Indeed, it does. I guess we can assume a girl with that name really did live here long ago. And something must have happened to make people believe she'd become immortal. It's reasonable to assume her story then got mixed up with various legends of Yaoi Bikini from around the country before being passed down. Of course, the exact timing of these events is still unclear, but that does present an interesting possibility. She could very well still be living in this village. Wouldn't that be a compelling development? Leave it to an occult writer to think up something like that. That's right, you're seeing the prodigious imaginative power of a fantasy author in action. Yes, it's really something. Oh, as far as the girl is concerned, I suppose I could be considered a guardian of sorts. Even so, I often find myself caught up in her pace and completely thrown off guard. If anyone should be shaking things up around here, it ought to be me. But the fact of the matter is, almost no traces of Yaoi Bikini remain in this village. Even her grave, which is referred to as Lady Yaoi's tomb, has never been located. But then, did we come all this way for nothing? Well, it might not have a direct connection, but there is something one should always consider when discussing Issei. The Tales of Issei, have you heard of it? It's the oldest extant collection of Japanese verse compiled sometime during the Heian period. Bleh. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it. Alright, here we go. Here comes 20 minutes of explaining about these tales, but I have heard of the tale of Genji and the tale of Heike. Is it anything like those? Well, those were also stories written during the Heian period, but that's where the similarities end. Nice try, though. Oh, rumph. Well, they sound similar enough anyway. Don't worry, I'm not an expert on the subject either. Basically, this collection of verse elaborates on a number of walk-up poems by giving accounts of events surrounding each one. The entire collection of... She's like, let me go through all 125 passages. The entire collection of 125 passages is referred to as the Tales of Issei. That's easy enough to remember, no? Tales of Issei's collection of short stories. Check. Oh, one more thing. The title might be The Tales of Issei, but the content isn't all that focused on the actual area. What is this now? Are they intentionally attempting to confuse and bewilder us? Some believe the title comes from the fact that passage 69, Nice, is set in Issei province. At any rate, I thought I should bring it up because it does have at least a slight bearing on the topic at hand. If you're keen to learn more, I'll add more details to the files. Oh my gosh, there's so much for me to look over. Why, thank you. I will be sure to read through them later. Yep, totally. I'm gonna read those later. Yep. Oh my god. At least it's not all 125 of them, but my goodness, this is a lot of information. And I'm like, what, 6 hours in? It's a lot. It's a lot. There's one other thing we can learn from the Tales of Issei. Adding the tale of to a book title really classes things up. You should keep it in mind. It was apparently all the rage during the Heian period. Oh, I couldn't agree more. My next work is certainly going to be a tale of. Well, I suppose that brings this particular subject to a close. On to the next. No rest for the wicked, I say. Time to tackle the next mermaid myth. Sure. Alright, guess we're moving. My gosh, this is a lot. Was this the area where the body was found by the paranormal department? And here we find our next subject of inquiry. What place might this be, my dear? This is Futamigara, the coastline that lies between Futami Town. It's just over from Issei City. Ah, okay, that does look familiar. This looks like the area where that body was just kind of floating. The corpse was just floating in the water. We've finally penetrated the outskirts of Issei City proper. Things are certainly beginning to heat up. I inferred Issei City was the prefectural capital from the fact Mie Prefecture was once known as Issei Province. Not bad, eh? Well, I can understand how you would arrive at that conclusion. But the truth is Mie Prefecture is composed of 4 separate provinces. Issei, Shima, Iga, and Ki. Ah, is that so? But that doesn't change the fact Issei City is regarded as the spiritual capital of Japan, making it a very important location. Very interesting, but the sun has already begun its steady descent, so perhaps we should pick up the pace a bit. Futamigara Sea is famously said to purify the body, so many visitors to Issei Shrine come here as well. The scenic beauty of the location has even been featured in poems from antiquity. It certainly is easy on the eyes. The strands of pine trees along the shore make for quite the striking image. To make it even better, the embankment we're standing on offers a 360-degree view of Issei Bay. It makes you want to get out on the very edge to take it all in. That does look quite nice. It really does. Being surrounded by the bay like this is such an enchanting feeling. What a breathtaking view. It really does make me want to go to the beach. It's been a while. Alright, so does this place have any legends featuring mermaids? It does. A record called the Kagenki was written by people at Horyuji Temple after the Kamakura period. In that record, there are a total of 6 instances of information concerning mermaids. 6? It's certainly promising. One of those entries describes a sighting here in Futami, Ise province on April 3rd during the second year of the Enbun era, which would be 1357. So they even noted the exact date. How fortuitous. The passage is as follows. From the sea of Futami in Ise province came Enmeiju, delivering perpetuity? So, what does that mean? Thank you. My guess is a mermaid was spotted in the sea by Futami, and it was named Enmeiju, meaning health and long life because it granted longevity. Aha! It granted longevity, did it? Finally, we're getting to the good stuff. Yes, it's another account relating mermaids to Yaoi Bikuni. It seems the idea of mermaids granting immortality had already been established at that time. Indeed, now we even have a name. I didn't mean to click on. I want to talk to her. There we go. So what sort of mermaid was this, and what became of it? No clue. Again, with the vague records, these people write down the appearance of some fantastical creature and then just let it wander off. I haven't personally gone over every bit of research on the matter, but I can speculate on an answer. Records of mermaids in other places also refer to them by name. In fact, it may not have been all that uncommon for the people in the area to encounter them when these records were written. Let me see if I follow your meaning. The same mermaid would appear repeatedly, leading people in the area to grow accustomed to it. Am I on the right track? Exactly. I mean, you wouldn't bother giving a name to something you only saw once after all. These people may have even come to have a kind of rapport with the mermaids. At the very least, it doesn't appear as though they were trying to capture any. Mermaids that people don't want to capture? Then they weren't seeking its flesh. Perhaps there was a way of obtaining immortality, even without the meat? Maybe mermaid meat really was just tasty and nothing more. And if that were the case, then it makes perfect sense they would view the mermaid as a divine creature. So they treated it as an auspicious being that blessed others with long life. You may be onto something. This makes me think of the theory you mentioned about how there might be two different kinds of mermaids. Oh, you remembered. I stand by my theory. There's the fish mermaid, which looks more like an aquatic monster, and the human mermaid, which resembles a demi-human or a nymph. Indeed, that's the simplest way to describe it. Assuming the mermaid in question had a name, formed relationships with humans, and granted longevity, it stands to reason it was of the human mermaid variety. Ah, you have a point. The mermaids we've encountered thus far have all been caught in nets and appear to be more like fish mermaids. It seems more likely, then, the mermaids who grant longevity are actually these human mermaids. Interesting. That in turn would suggest. My word, would this mean one could become immortal without eating their flesh? I'm not sure. There are countless legends that reference the need to consume their flesh. But I can't help but feel like there's more to it. Maybe that's for us to figure out. If human mermaids are capable of communicating with us, I'd really like to speak to one. Agreed. Ah, speaking of which, this is entirely unrelated, but there's something I've been wondering. Do you mind? What? But our conversation was just getting good. Protest all you like, but I shall ask anyway. On our way here, I noticed a certain something adorning the entrances to everyone's houses. What was that? Oh, right. Those are Somin Shorai talisman. Somin Shorai? Yes, although in most of Japan, they're usually only hung up around New Year's, but here in the Ise Tobashima region, they're traditionally left up all year long. Interesting. I can add more detailed information to the files for you later. Okay, yeah, like, what do they do? Okay, generally placed at doorways as a prayer for sound health and to ward off illnesses. Okay, I wonder if there's a reason why specifically here that they put them up all year round. Okay. Ah, what is it? Oh, what is it? You're making me antsy. Come on, Circe, you've realized something about the Somin Shorai, didn't you? You must share. No, nothing like that. It just made me think about how close this area is to the eternal world. Is it? What does that mean? You'd already know this from the files, but regarding the Somin Shorai, she's like, if you read them, its origin goes back to a legend about the deity Gozu Tenno, who was courting the princess of Ryugu. Ryugu, you say? That's right, Ryugu is close to this place. In other words, that places it very close to the eternal world. And furthermore, Gozu Tenno was also the guardian deity of the Gion Shoja temple. The very same Gion Shoja who gets mentioned in our good friend, The Tale of Heke. So it is. What was it again? From the bells of the Gion Shoja echoes out the impermanence of all things, right? It sounds so cool, I even memorized it. Haven't got a clue what it means, though. That's the one. As for its meaning, you can look it up yourself. Fine, fine. So what you're saying is, Ise-shima is a land with deep ties to both Ryugu and the Heke. And that's exactly why the Somen Shorai tradition is so established here. Okay, that answers that question. That reminds me. There's something about Ryugu's princess that keeps bothering me as well. She certainly is mysterious. That reminds me about Futamigaro. Oh my gosh, they've been talking for a while. Dear me, how time flies when listening to your lecture, Circe. The sun's already gone down. I suppose I got carried away. Sorry. Well, if that results in such a lovely view of the sea at night, I will not complain. You're right, just look at all these stars. But look, the heavens are entirely enveloped in a shower of dazzling pinpricks of light. What a sight to behold. Would you happen to be versed in constellations? Well, I've dabbled a bit in astrology, so I guess I know a thing or two. Excellent, do tell. Do I have to find a specific one? Is there like... I guess I have to talk to her. I was like, maybe I have to find a constellation? Well, if we consider the constellations you can see in Japan during summer, the first that comes to mind is the Summer Triangle. It's an easy one to find. Triangle, eh? I presume it's made of 3 stars? Correct. Vega is in the constellation Lyra, Deneb in the constellation Cygnus, and Altair in the constellation Aquila. This trio of bright stars can be observed close to the Milky Way in this season. What? I want to see. How do we go about identifying them? Well, first, low in the southwestern portion of the sky, look for a star that glows red. Okay, well, I saw that one. That one was standing out. Antares of the Scorpio constellation. Southwest. From here, that would mean facing inland and looking to the right. Okay, try to find a red star low in the sky and point to it. Okay, well, yeah, it's right there. There it is. Found it. Like the easiest one. Wait, I do believe I found it. The star just there with the reddish tint. Correct, that's indeed Antares, the brightest star in the Scorpio constellation. Haha, I found it all by myself. Get the gold star there, buddy. Why, I'd make quite the celestial cartographer if I do say so myself. I hate to rain on your parade, but you were supposed to be looking for a star in the Summer Triangle, so try again. Ah, egads, that's right. Why not try looking straight up from Antares? I bet you'll find Vega at the sky's zenith. Give it a shot. So that's something that's really bright. That one. Eureka! I've spotted it. That's Altair, one of the 3 stars in the Summer Triangle. So this is one of the puzzles. We're finally starting to get a puzzle here. It's a very simple one, but part of the Aquila constellation, Altair is also known in Japan as Hikoboshi for its role in the Tanabata Star Festival. Then that must mean the Orihime star will be on the opposite side of the Milky Way. Exactly. Can you find out which one it is? There's still another star in the Summer Triangle to find. It might be hard to see because of the angle. Right you are. It certainly is a bit tricky to see something directly above you. There, that must be it. Bingo, that's Vega, one of the 3 stars in the Summer Triangle. In Japan, Vega is also called the Orihime star and is famous for its connection to the Tanabata Star Festival. Ho ho, that means I've managed to spot both Orihime and Hikoboshi. It's as if I've drawn the 2 star-crossed lovers together with my own hand. Dude, you found some stars, like, chill. Yeah, nice work. I didn't expect you to be such a romantic. One of the other stars in the Summer Triangle is in the same area. See if you can find it. Okay, so there's the one. At least it tells me, like, which ones I've already spotted. If my eye is as discerning as I believe it to be, that's the one. Nice find. That's Deneb, one of the 3 stars in the Summer Triangle. Deneb lies within the Milky Way, which earns it the nickname Milky Way Star. It does indeed appear to be swimming nicely along the starry stream. There, I've located all 3 stars of the Summer Triangle. How do you like that? Clap, clap, clap. Good work. Now you've mastered the summer skies. Should I start addressing you as Professor? That's me. Feel free to rely on my knowledge. Alright then, tell me, what's another name for the star Hikoboshi? Oh, shit. That was the first? Oh, gosh. Okay, Vega. I think Vega was Ooh, Vega was Orihime. Or was that Dead? I think it's Altair. That's right. Well done, Professor. Oh, I mean, nothing too. I'm the same way. I'm like, oh gosh. Hopefully I get this right. That'd be embarrassing. Regardless, we've seen all there is to see here in Futamigara. I'd even go so far as to call this a wrap. I think that covers all the mermaid legends for Mie Prefecture, but is there anywhere else here you're keen to visit? What? We haven't even visited Ise Shrine yet. If you ask me, we've barely scratched the surface. Ah, you've got a point, but it is getting late, so let's save it for tomorrow, shall we? Alright. So there's a little hint, there's a little, like, tease of the kinds of things that the game can do. But yeah, I want more of that. Like, stuff where you have to dig into the files to try and find stuff. Man, this is taking a while, just for, like, this one section. Holy cow. This whole live stream might just be, like, the adventures of these two. Will you ever play the Tsukahime remake? I am considering it. It is an option. The thing is, I believe the remake, it's on the Switch, I think. So I'd have to see if I could actually get my Switch connected to my recording software. But yeah, it was one I'm thinking about doing. It's just like a little bit of a logistics thing because, yeah, I think, is it not exclusive on the Switch? I could be wrong about that, but yeah, like, people have been wanting me to play it, so I'm open to it. Wow, talk about a gorgeous view. It is something, isn't it? This is Mount Asama's observation platform and overlooks Toba City on one side and Ise City on the other. So that's Toba City over there. What's Toba got going for it? Well, the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about Toba is Toba Castle, built in the Sengoku period by none other than the pirate daimyo Lord Kuki, who at one time led the Kuki naval fleet. Oh, that's more exciting than I anticipated. As for the Toba Shima area, it's famous for having the highest population of ama divers in Japan. Aha, I knew there'd be something touristy. What a fantastic blend of culture and history. Apparently, Mount Asama's peak sits at 555 meters above sea level, so it's not that high. But as it's situated at the tip of the Shima Peninsula, it offers a magnificent view of Toba Bay's coastline and the outlying islands. Since we've stopped by the shrine this morning, I assumed we'd take the mountain path. All I can say is this place takes my breath away. First off, you should know that the naval troops in the Sengoku period were basically just pirates. Pirates, eh? Yes, they would put together crews of rowdy sailors, arm them to the teeth, and have them patrol a designated area of the sea. They only actually served under their commander as a naval force when there was a battle. So that's what the Navy was like back then, A ragtag bunch of pirates only called on to do their duty in times of need. Exactly. In fact, such forces only came to be called navies during the Edo period, and that was purely a matter of convenience. As for the Kuki Navy, it was one of the pirate bands patrolling the waters of Ise Bay. A man named Kuki Yoshitaka was its commander, hence the name. He distinguished himself in the service of Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi, eventually rising to the position of daimyo of Shima province. That's why they call him the pirate daimyo. Daimyo? He started as a lowly pirate but rose all the way to the top of the chain of command. Did you say Oda Nobunaga? I've heard of him. He was the demon king of the sixth heaven, no? True, but that's a title he gave himself. Still a pirate and a daimyo. What an enchanting combination. That may be, but he wasn't blessed where allies were concerned. It seems he was always butting heads with his relatives. Oh? For one thing, he may have had his nephew, Sumitaka, assassinated in order to take over the Kuki clan. He also fought on the opposite side to his own son, Moritaka, in the decisive battle of Sekigahara. And in the end, spurred on by his vassals, he committed suicide on Tojijima, that island over there. So while Kuki became daimyo of Shima province, his land was confiscated during his son's rule, and the clan fell into decline. Life truly is full of ups and downs. How the mighty do fall. He must have been quite a character. That reminds me, there's another fascinating legend related to the Kuki clan. Oh, do tell. It's about Kuki Yoshitaka's nephew, Sumitaka. He had an extraordinarily beautiful daughter named Princess Hatsune. I dare say I know where this is going. Whenever a legend starts with a beautiful daughter, it inevitably ends with trouble. You're not wrong. Princess Hatsune was so beautiful that she saw no end of suitors, and her father sought to marry her off to achieve his political ends. But the princess already had a lover, so she fought against her father's plans, and even ran away several times only to be brought home. I knew it. Alas, that's what life was like for the daughters of powerful figures in those days. Well, Princess Hatsune lamented her fate. Must I be cursed with such misfortune merely for my beauty? And she didn't stop there. May no beautiful daughter be born to this land again. Such was the curse she left behind before throwing herself down. So, like, everybody born after that was ugly. And so ends the legend. Not what I call a happy ending. The princess may have had good intentions, but I'm sure no one else felt she was doing them any favors. Good intentions? That isn't how I interpreted it. Well, what's your take on the story? When authority figures try to force other people's hands, they bring these things upon themselves. It's just asking to get cursed. Fair enough, I see your point. Still, the princess did take it a bit far. To me, though, it almost feels like that part was tacked on later. As if someone thought it would make the story more impactful, and that word of it would travel further if the princess killed herself at the end. Oh ho, if you're right, that would change the story completely. But there is something else that interests me more. Sumitaka became head of the Kuki clan in 1560, but he was so young that Yoshitaka had to be appointed as his guardian. His exact age at the time isn't known, but the common belief is he was about 8 years old. Nothing unusual there. Premature inheritances were a common occurrence in those days. But consider this, when Sumitaka died 24 years later in 1584, he would have been 32 years old. Even if we suppose Princess Hatsune was 15, their ages don't quite add up, do they? Age differences weren't so much a point of contention back then, but even so, that is a bit odd. Which begs the question, did Princess Hatsune really exist to begin with? And even if she did, was she really Sumitaka's daughter? And a gate, Magatama, was unearthed at the place where the princess was supposedly buried. But that could easily have been planted there to lend credibility to the tale. Well, once you start doubting, it's hard not to see lies everywhere. True, and the pursuit of the unknown starts with belief, doesn't it? Well said. A certain occult researcher taught me that one. You don't say. That's a lot. And we haven't even gotten to the other thing she wants to talk about. Oh my gosh, done. Okay, I want to know about the Amadivers. That's where I'm more interested in. I just realized something. Kuki Sumitaka died, or was assassinated, exactly 400 years ago. Is that significant? It is. A special spiritual significance is attached to periods of 400 years. For instance, the cycle of death and rebirth supposedly lasts 400 years, and some stories claim a soul endures for 400 years. Of course, 800-year-old immortals have twice that lifespan, but as you can see, 400 years is widely considered a good cutoff point. So there's a chance something happens after 400 years? Maybe. In any case, we should probably tread carefully here. It sounds to me as if we're in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time, depending. Alright, Amadivers, here we go. Amadivers have a long history in the Tobashima region. Evidence indicates free divers have been fishing in this area since ancient times. You don't say. Most notably, it's said that Obin, who once presented an abalone to Yamatohime no Mikoto, was the first Amadiver. In fact, there's a shrine dedicated to Obin in Kusaki that is considered a sacred place to Amadivers in the Tobashima region. Is that so? She must have been truly legendary. Moreover, there are several poems in the famous 8th century poetry anthology Manyoshu that depict the Amadiving in Shima province. Amadivers also appear in dozens of ukiyo-e from the Edo period. Clearly, they were a popular theme. And yet, I literally never heard of, like, Amadivers until this game. Hey, will you be getting and streaming Tomodachi Life 2 next week? That is the plan. I do have to check, I have to check and see if my Switch will connect, because I've only ever done one Switch game where I've recorded the footage, and that was, oh my gosh, what is the name of it? I played it a couple of years ago. Oh my gosh, it was the one that was done by the Danganronpa creator. Apparently the game was not very memorable to me because I can't even remember. It was the one with the detective and the Shinigami. I can't remember. Raincode. Detective Archives Raincode. That's it. So I'm gonna have to check and make sure that my Switch, I have all the wires and everything and I can connect it to here, but that is the plan. I'm so excited for Tomodachi Life 2. I definitely would love to play some, and I would love to stream it. So that was the plan, actually. I was thinking of taking a break from this game for at least a week, and doing like a special stream of it. I even booked off, it's lame, I even booked off Friday so that I could play Tomodachi Life 2. It technically comes out Thursday, but unfortunately I was not able to book off Thursday, but I have Friday booked off. And the sad thing is it's around the same time as my wedding anniversary, and yet I told my husband, I'm like, I'm gonna be playing Tomodachi Life 2, I'm sorry. Like, we can do something for our anniversary another day. Technically my anniversary is the 18th, but I'd be playing it on the 17th, so keep an eye out for that. That is the plan, is I'm going to be maybe doing a Friday stream of Tomodachi Life 2 next Friday, so keep an eye out for that if I can get to work. Yeah, I'm super jazzed for it. There is another point worth noting. On that note, guys, people in the chat, you can kind of give me, I'm giving you a little bit of a heads up on that, and I'm probably going to be posting on YouTube and maybe Patreon as well, is I want ideas for characters. I want to make characters for Tomodachi Life. So you can think of like fictional characters, maybe from like games I played or anime or whatever. Come up with some ideas for characters, and I might like put a list together and do that. Yeah, do you plan on playing the Danganronpa 2x2? Yeah, absolutely. That's probably my, other than Tomodachi Life 2, that's probably my most anticipated game coming out this year. Absolutely. That's going to be a special game for the channel for sure. I'm going to be doing face cam. Like day one release. I am booking the day off for that. Absolutely. For sure. Oh my gosh. Squidward, Nagito, the Pope. Okay, just people coming in strong with suggestions. Yeah, so I think I heard something about maybe September that Danganronpa 2x2 might be coming out, which would be amazing because that's my birthday month, so happy birthday to me if it's coming out in September. I'm super excited for it. Amadivers have long been likened to mermaids for their skill and grace. You could even argue the Amadiver culture that is so deeply rooted in this place is interwoven with the region's mermaid legends. I feel bad, like, I'm enjoying this game, but now you guys have got me thinking about Danganronpa and about Tomodachi Life, and I'm like, I'm so excited. Yes, there's a theory the mermaids of Issei Bay were simply Amadivers. It does seem likely there's a connection between the two. I wouldn't be surprised if it were the originators of the legend. Perhaps, but I'd be beyond disappointed if that's all there is to it. Oh, right. By the way, there's another legend surrounding the Amadivers of the Tobashima region regarding something called the Tomokazuki. The Tomokazuki? I don't know if this has been mentioned yet. It's believed. Okay, yes. This has... Holy shit. Holy shit. Sorry for the language. Matt, get $30 donation. This is for your husband. Get your wife Tomodachi Life 2 for your anniversary. We could split the price. She never has to know. That's amazing. You know, that's actually funny because I did tell him that I was going to ask for Tomodachi Life 2 for my anniversary present. So that lessens the blow a little bit. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. April is kind of a shitty month for our anniversary because it's also tax season. So yeah, it's a rough month for me because I have to go to the tax. I gotta go do my taxes. I'm doing them tomorrow. I'm going to a person to get them done because we tried to do. Sorry, I'm kind of like going off, you know, script here. But yeah, my husband and I we used like an online tax program. We did it last year, and I owed like $1,400 in taxes. Which was like, it sucked, but I'm used to owing money because I'm a small business. I'm self-employed for YouTube and stuff. This year I did it. I owe $2,200, which is bullshit. Like, that's almost double the amount I paid last year. And I did not make that much more, you know, like in 2025 compared to 2024. So I'm like, no, we need to go to a tax person because this is ridiculous. I know I'm going to owe some money. So anyway, all that to say, Matt Kim, thank you so much. The $30 really helps. Every little bit helps. I'm not trying to like fish for money, guys, but yeah, April kind of sucks because like it's our anniversary month. So like we try to do something for that, and then also it's like tax season, so that kind of sucks. Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And he will thank you very much for that as well. Crashing Slowly says, would you consider reacting to some of your Danganronpa 2 playthrough before the remake? That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will post a thing on Patreon and YouTube, and I'll be like, hey guys, send me like your favorite... It could be Danganronpa 2, it could be like any of the Danganronpa games, like all my playthroughs, but yeah, 2 would make sense considering it's the remake of that. So you guys can like kind of give your like what were your favorite moments from my Danganronpa 2 playthrough, because it's been so long I can't quite remember. Like give some of your favorite moments, and like I will like curate it and I will react to them, because it has been a long time. It's been what, like 6 years since I played it. Oh, Barack Obama, thank you. Obama, thank you. Dipping in to say hi, still catching up to the other live streams. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by and for checking out the other live streams. So yeah, man, I'm gonna have a lot to ask of you guys. I need Tomodachi life characters to make. I need recommendations now. That's a good idea for like your favorite Danganronpa reactions. I know for sure the Nagito, yeah, the case 5 death reaction, that's definitely going to be on there. I think that was one I remember being a really good reaction. It's believed an Amadiver may encounter a copy of herself underwater, who will then offer her an abalone. If she accepts, the Tomakazuki doppelganger will drag her to the bottom of the sea, never to be seen again. Cersei, please don't spring scary stories on me out of nowhere. That's why the Amadivers of this area wear the Seimen and Domen symbols on them while they dive. It's a tradition that has continued right up to the present day. There must be some reason for it beyond pure superstition. Interesting. On another note, the Amadivers of the Tobashima region possess such exceptional diving skills that, in addition to fishing, they also saved people from drowning and fetched objects that had sunk to the seafloor right up until the Meiji era. Well, it sounds as if they were true diving professionals. Exactly. In fact, after the Heike were defeated at Dan no Ura and were lost beneath the waves. Oh, we're back to the Heike already. I wasn't aware there was a connection. Well, after the fateful battle, who do you think they sent to reclaim the legendary sword Kusanagi no Tsurugi from the seafloor? Oh, there's another connection. There's another connection between the slices, the people getting sliced up with the katana, and the Amadivers. There we go. All right. It's a lot to keep track of. Aha, so their lost and found services were being employed even back then, eh? And while they were diving, they came face to face with the vengeful spirits of the drowned Heike. Brr, Cersei, please, you're going to give me nightmares. At least, that's what's depicted in the ukiyo-e entitled, In the Western Sea, the diving woman encountered the Heike in the depths of the water. Crashy slowly says, make the most Chad-looking character of all time. Alright, who do we think? When you think of a Chad, like, whether it be a real person or a fictional character, who do we think of when we think of, like, who is a Chad? Who's a true Chad character? Such a deep connection to think the Heike were even once depicted with Amadivers. They truly are a symbol of the Ise-shima region. You know what's funny? Like, when I think of Chad, I'm like, there's literally, wasn't there a character in Bleach named Chad who looks like a Chad? And I'm pretty sure he was a character before, like, that whole, like, idea of a Chad character even, like, was a thing, which is kind of funny. Yes, but the setting for that ukiyo-e is Dan no Ura, which isn't anywhere near here. Still, it does go to show what Amadivers have held a long connection to the sea for a very long time. And when we're talking about the Tobashima region, Amadivers are always going to be key players. True, if you ask me, they should be brought up before the pirates. Mind you, the Navy has a crucial role to play too. Right, well, as fascinating as all this has been, Cersei, I'd say it's high time we return to our primary topic of interest. Oh, what would that be? Personally, now that we've visited Issei's shrine, I'm more or less satisfied. Tut tut. Cersei, you disappoint me. We didn't come here purely to chase legends, did we? Aw, and here I was hoping we could move on to buy souvenirs. You know perfectly well the true purpose of my voyage is nothing more or less than a treasure hunt. Right. Of course, I'm sure all this information we've been gathering will come in handy. First things first, let's head back to the inn. From there, we can plan our next move. Why is she looking directly at me? Like, he was kind of looking off to the side. She's looking at me like, can you believe this guy? Holy cow, that was really long. Oh my gosh. As fun as he is, I think I need to take a little bit of a break from him for a bit. But let's get to Sato. Sato was a very interesting character, especially at the end of the last live stream. Sato, a mysterious girl with an unknown background who arrived on Kamishima several months ago, returns to the home of Shinobi Wakamura, where she's staying after having been out all morning. Yeah, like, let's see, what was she up to before all that craziness happened? Oh, Mr. Wakamura, good morning. Oh, Sato, you're back. Where have you been? Oh, I've been helping out at Suyu's place. Right? And also her, like, hanging out with Yuza's grandmother, who's an Alma diver, who has connections with, you know, Yuza's mother, who may be a mermaid. What's that all about, right? The thing you've got there, did Suyu give you that? Oh, this hand mirror? I just ran into Kikuko down the road. She gave it to me. Fine, no matter. You got a moment? I got something important to discuss. I was half expecting her to pull out that, the shell? Or it was like that shiny, was like the fish scale thing. Oh, alright. So, it's been what, about 3 months since you've arrived? Yes, that sounds about right. You've gotten used to life here by now, I expect. I don't suppose you remember anything. Oh. No, nothing yet. Still aren't sure who you are then. Yeah, we gotta be like, why did he bring this girl here, right? Let's think back a bit. About 3 months ago, the night of the earthquake. Oh, shit. I happened to pass by the bay when I found you washed up on shore. She certainly looks like a mermaid. I mean, she doesn't have like a tail or anything, but right, I still can't remember how that came to be. Scared me good, I'll tell you that. I grabbed a blanket and carried you back here right away. But even after you woke up, you didn't remember anything but your name. You didn't have any belongings either. It was like you'd run from somewhere with nothing at all, not even clothes. Well, you know what? Good on him for finding like a passed out naked teenage girl and not, you know, doing anything. The bar is in hell, but we'll give the flowers to him for taking care of her, I guess. I'm so sorry you had to find me like that. Not to mention you didn't seem to know a thing about everyday life. Maybe you grew up way out in the hills or were overly sheltered. You know, you think for his, like, this guy is very into, like, the occult and, like, these legends, that he took this girl in and doesn't seem to have any issues with her. He's blaming Yuza, being like, you know, ever since you showed up, like, things have possibly are gonna go wrong. But, like, this girl, nothing. I don't know. Maybe you grew up way out in the hills or were overly sheltered, but you couldn't even put clothes on properly. You didn't know how to turn lights on, as if you didn't know the first damn thing. Crashing says, yo, what? I looked away for 2 minutes, yep, and then a naked teenage girl. That's me when my husband is, like, watching an anime or reading a manga. I swear I look over at, like, the worst times. He's like, I swear it's not like this usually. I'll just look over and be like, what are you watching? Or what are you reading? Yes, but since then I've watched loads of TV. I've learned so much, so this explains her obsession with TV. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed at how fast I managed to pick everything up. Either way, I figured you were a special case, that there had to be some special circumstances. So, I decided to say you were a relative of mine and keep you here until you remembered something. Yet, you still haven't remembered a thing. That's right, I'm sorry for all the trouble. Alright, I'm glad we're getting some information here about her. I was really hoping you'd have remembered something by now. But I'm running out of time. We need to move on. Running out of time? Sorry, Sato. There's something I need you to do. Me? But I can hardly do anything right. Yes, you. Let's stop dancing around. Oh, okay. Well, this is creepy. So he's got something planned for her. I had a reason for taking you in, so it wasn't out of the goodness of his heart. To put it plainly, Sato, you aren't human, are you? Huh? What? Where did that come from? What's that supposed to mean? Whether you truly can't remember or you're just playing dumb, enough is enough. I haven't told a soul on the island, not even Shotaro. Told them what? Maybe this is why he said, like, he brought... Didn't he bring, like, some sort of wizard or something? Maybe it was to help out with this? That night when I found you washed up in the bay? You were already dead. Oh, shit. What? I've seen my share of drowned bodies before. You had no pulse. You weren't breathing. You were without a doubt nothing but a corpse. Nothing could have saved you. I mean, we did see her revive after, like, just being covered in blood, so I figured that was that. Turned around to call the police. But then right before my eyes, your body mended itself and you started breathing again. The rest is as I told you before. When I said you scared me good, that was because you suddenly came back to life. I only took you in because I realized there was no way you could be a regular human. I don't know what to say. Are you saying I can come back to life if I die? Do you really not know what you are? Maybe it's like in that movie? The one with the zombies. Maybe I'm one of those. I was like, jokes? It's not the Legend of the Mermaid. We're dealing with zombies now. You don't look rotten enough to be a zombie to me, but honestly, you can call it whatever you want. I did wonder why you took me in and treated me so well. I guess if I knew I died and came back, then the reason you were being so kind was... Well, yes. I wanted to know your secret. If I could figure out how you came back, it'd be worth a fortune. Right, makes sense. Doesn't mean I wanted to be rough with you. The plan was to let you settle in, and once you remembered, we'd talk. It was very gentlemanly of you, thank you. Well, I did wonder whether it was a one-off thing or something you could do again and again. Was he actually thinking about just killing her? I even thought about taking a blade to you to test it. Wow, okay. But if it was a one-off thing, that would have been too risky, so I decided to wait and see. Right, maybe not quite as gentlemanly as I thought. Anyway, things have changed now. There's no time to be kind anymore. I'm out of options. This is an emergency. Ugh. But I don't want this to get ugly. First, I want to hear you out. Or sorry, I want you to hear me out, okay? Alright. Ever since I was a youngin', I've had support from a certain benefactor. Getting this far in one lifetime, all my money, connections, and success, it was all thanks to his backing and advice. Why bring this up now? Be quiet and listen. Those who owe him, call him Unkakundono, a title given to those elevated above the clouds. That's how highly we regard him. Elevated above the clouds? Sounds pretty important. Sure is. He's from an old noble family, a real big shot with land and businesses all across the prefecture. Anyway, I met with him yesterday, and I ended up telling him about you. About me? I figured nobody would believe me, even if I told them about a girl who could resurrect herself from the dead. I just mentioned it in passing, expecting him to laugh it off and move on. But to my surprise, I'm just gonna call him Kudono, because I'm like, damn, that's a mouthful, was real interested, asking all kinds of things. I don't like where this is going. I haven't even said anything bad yet. Maybe, but it sounds like you're about to say he wants you to hand me over to him, or something like that. Well, you're not wrong. Kudono demanded I give you to him. Knew it. He wouldn't take no for an answer, even putting a deal on the table that was hard to refuse. But you still told him no, right? I know you're strong enough to tell him no. Okay, your silence is scaring me now. What is that face supposed to mean? I didn't even notice his face. It would seem that Kudono has quietly been researching immortality for years. Immortality? He's pretty serious about it too. Says even the smallest rumors are worth looking into. Last year, when all that rite of resurrection nonsense was going on in Tokyo, he used the opportunity to gather information. I've never heard of that. Was it that big a thing? That was the first game, right? The rite of resurrection? If I had known he was so interested, I never would have brought you up. So you're saying you couldn't refuse him? Anyway, let's just say I'm in a bit of a situation with no easy way out. It would be better if there was a way to not have to take the deal, so I pleaded with him to give me more time. I knew you'd come through. Thank you. He's probably saying, but that time is coming up. Which brings me to what I need to ask you, Sato. If you stop hiding things and tell me everything you know, I won't make this harder than it has to be. Well, tell me, have you heard people on the island talk about the curse of the raging waves? The raging waves? That doesn't sound like a very nice curse. So you haven't heard of it. Let me explain. Okay, I appreciate the fact that they assume that we know what it is, so they just skip it over. Wait, so the disaster 5 years ago, that was all because of this curse? And it was created from the lingering resentment of all those people who died on Taishima 400 years ago? If that's true, it must be a very powerful curse. No doubt about it. No doubt? Uh-oh. That's where you come in, Sato. I believe you are the one calling the curse down upon us. You are the Raging Waves curse bearer. Yeah, and he was such a dick to Yuza, even, like, realizing I probably have nothing to do with it. Huh? Come on, you can't be serious. Timing fits perfectly. Things started taking a turn for the worse right after you arrived. And more than anything, I know you're not human. Just admit it. You're the one bringing this goddamn curse to the island. Absolutely not. I don't know anything about it. I swear, you've got the wrong person. I was willing to wait until I understood how you came back to life, but now I'm out of time. Whether you don't know or you're playing dumb, I don't care anymore. I just need you to get rid of the curse. If you do, I will never mention any of this again. You can even keep living here, watching as much TV as you like. I'll cover for you as long as you need. But, oh shit. Oh shit, okay. It's not very often I get a choice. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a save first and see if we might just get a bad end if I say I can't do it. I didn't even know about the curse, let alone how to get rid of it. I'd love to take you up on the offer, but I just don't know how. So, even the one who brought this curse upon us doesn't know how to lay it to rest. Then I suppose I have no choice but to take Kudano's deal and hand you over. You see, he claims he already knows how to break the curse of the Raging Wiz. Yep, that was a bad end. This is a bad end. Why would he know that? I've warned him about the curse many times. I suppose he must have dug into it. I suppose you'll have to be an offering to Kudano, one necessary to save Kamishima. An offering? You mean, like, a sacrifice? In this day and age? Surely there's a way to save Kamishima that doesn't involve killing anyone. We can find a more humane route. I mean, she would just come back, right? You really think he would just hand over that information while he's got leverage? Use your head. If you can't help, then refusing his method of lifting the curse isn't on the table anymore. That means there has to be a price. It's just how deals work in the business world. I don't care about the business world. Come on now, you think you have a choice? Yes, I don't want to give up my body to someone researching immortality. He could kill me. But that's the thing. There's no need for you to worry about that. You won't stay dead. You'll live through whatever happens. That's worse. That sounds worse. I refuse. I have a promise I have to keep, no matter what. You? All you do is eat, sleep, and watch TV all day. What promise could you possibly have to keep? Well, I can't say. Not right now. What nonsense. You're just saying whatever to save yourself. You realize you're choosing to stand against protecting everyone on the island from disaster? Do you really want that on your conscience? Not to mention, you're the cause of this mess to begin with. It's time to take responsibility. No, that's not true. You're blaming the wrong person. You live here and eat at our expense for months and then refuse one request. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. The handover is tomorrow night, the 8th. A transport boat will slip out of the port. So, interesting. I thought I was just going to straight up get a bad end there. So I wonder what would have happened if I'd said that I would be able to solve the cure. Maybe that's the fake out. That's the bad end. Where he's like, you lied to me. Until then, do as you like. And don't bother trying to escape the island. I've told the fairy not to let you board. There's nowhere on this island my eyes don't reach. God, can you look any more sinister, sir? If I'd done this 5 years ago, maybe I could have stopped it. I won't make the same mistake. I like how after all that she's having this conversation, like, he's a nice guy. He seems a little intimidating, but he's not so bad. He's never been harsh. You know, right after saying that he's going to hand me off to some random dude to perform experiments on me. I feel like the timing on that was not great. I'm going out for a bit. Fine, talk to whoever you want. It won't change a thing. No one here will defy my decision. Also, I apologize if there is you guys hear some scratching in the background. That's the husband. Sorry. He's grabbing our dinner from the freezer. Oh, and the dog is here too. Got a whole... Hey, everybody's here. Everybody's joining me. Hey, Mark. For causing an interference, would you be able to lift Penny up to the camera so people can see the puppers? Here we go. We get a little bit of a husband and dog. Oh, where's she going? You guys get to see her. She doesn't really make herself known very often. There she is. There she is. There's a baby. There's a baby. She's like, why? She's like, this is why I don't come to the office very often. Anyway, I panicked and came all the way out here, but what am I supposed to do? Whatever happens, I still have to keep the promise I made to Tsukasa yesterday. Hey, Sato. Huh? Finally caught up. Do you have a minute? Shotaro. Good timing. I had something I want to ask you, too. Oh my gosh. Penny. She's got fans. Oh, you didn't know that she existed. That's criminal. I should have her on the streams more. I should showcase her on the channel more, but
Princess Penelope exists.
yes. Yeah, she is my baby girl. I joke that I'm like, if I could train her to sit on this chair and put headphones on, I would just like have her basically do a stream for me. It would probably be more popular than anything I've ever done. Yeah, it's weird. Penny is very much a Velcro dog, but she doesn't really like to hang out in the office very much. I have her bed. Her bed's over here behind my chair. She comes in sometimes, but she doesn't hang out with me. She usually likes to hang outside the door and stare at me sadly that I'm not paying attention to her, but then she just doesn't want to hang out with me in the office. Make it make sense. I don't know. Shotaro came back from Tokyo about 2 weeks ago to visit his family. I was already staying at the Wakamura residence, so that's when we first met. Maybe we can talk to be like, please talk some sense into your father. Ever since then, he's been checking on me a lot, like he's really concerned about me. Or maybe he's just checking in for his father's sake, although he doesn't seem to like his dad all that much. I know it's a bit sudden, but I was wondering if you have some time later this afternoon. Ah, what for? Are you inviting me to something? No, not exactly. Just something a little complicated I want to talk about. Couldn't we just talk about it right here and now? No, I mean, I still need some time to prepare. It definitely sounds like she's about to confess her love. I think I see how it is. He's probably used to girls confessing to him. There's the duck face. You sure this is the time for that, though? Don't you have bigger things to worry about? I mean, the way he said, don't you have bigger things to worry about, it's like he knows that's, what's going on here. Well, yes, but even so, I really want you to be there. It's important. Alright, I'll be there. Just tell me when and where. Thank you. How about 1 p.m. down by the bay? Got it. I'll be there. Oh, right. So I wanted to let you know. Sorry, I overheard your conversation with my old man. Okay, so he does know. He does know. That's why he said, like, don't you have things that you need to worry about? Wait, you did? How much did you hear? Pretty much the whole thing, I think. That house really has paper-thin walls. I heard about the curse, the sacrifice, and you coming back to life. Then yeah, you pretty much heard everything. Honestly, it caught me completely off guard. I can't believe my old man's going on about all that. It's all so ridiculous. I mean, who actually buys into that kind of superstition? But don't worry, Sato. I won't let him do this. I'm on your side. There's no place for something as ridiculous as sacrifices in this day and age. I trust him? Should I trust him? That face is not the face of someone I feel like I can trust. I don't know. It's just he's given me the ick right now. He seems like a good guy, but I've learned with these types of games that sometimes it's the nice guy that will betray you in the end. Anyway, you don't need to worry, Sato. I'll be your knight in shining armor. You're not going to be sacrificed for anything. Like, that seems it's too on the nose. That's very reassuring, thank you. Honestly, in a world with science as advanced as ours, talk of curses, sacrifices, and immortality? It's nonsense. I think my old man has finally lost it. Pretty sure it's all the influence of that so-called sorcerer from Tokyo. Honestly, it's disgraceful. Yeah, it is a bit out of hand. Just so you know, after hearing all that, I confronted him. I gave him a pretty firm piece of my mind. Wait, you did? You spoke to Mr. Wakamura? Sure did. I told him flat out you weren't going to be a sacrifice for anything. Geez, I wonder if Wakamura would be willing to sacrifice his own son to be like, I'm doing this to save the village. Things got pretty heated after that. Oh, I'm so sorry. You didn't have to go through all that for me. Well, you see, I actually have my own reason for not wanting to lose you to some silly sacrifice. Oh no, is he gonna confess his love to Sato, knowing that, like, Sato's friend is in love with him? Sato, here we go. I'm waiting for it, yes. I'll be direct. Once this whole mess is over, would you consider dating me with marriage in mind? Oh, damn. Huh? Wait, what? You and me? I didn't see this one coming. You carry yourself so much more calmly than other girls. There's something elegant, almost regal about you. It's such a pleasure to see. I feel like I'd do anything if it was for you. You're the first woman that's ever made me feel this way. Maybe also this is like the mermaid, like the whole thing about enchanting men. Maybe she's doing that without even realizing it. I think us meeting had to be fate. We were destined to find each other. Oh wow, you don't believe in curses, but I was thinking the same thing. You don't believe in curses, but you believe in fate. Also, it's the collar. Fuck your collar, bro, right? I just want to go through the screen like a mother and just fold it in. Like, ooh, I hate it. I hate the pop collar. Somehow it works on Avi, but it does not work on him. I don't know why. I think it's because it's a polo, where with Avi it's like, it's more of like a button-up shirt, so somehow it works. And also I think just Avi's attitude, I feel like kind of the open chest a little bit, the pop collar, it just works for him more. Touché, but this time I feel like I have no choice but to believe. So, listen. I'm heading back to Tokyo next week. I was hoping you'd come with me. Oh shit, so I gotta make a choice. I go with him to protect myself and abandon and betray my friend, or I turn him down for her. Wow, Tokyo? Just think it over, okay? I think it would be a great chance for you. Oh shit, oh no. Okay, we're doing another save. Ah, man. This game is all of a sudden like giving me all these choices now and it's stressing me out. Oh boy. Okay, I'll think about it. Damn, this isn't fair. Dropping that on me right after saying he'd help save me. Right. Right. Like, he's probably a nice guy. He probably sees himself as a knight in shining armor. But it is a little manipulative. Basically, be like, if you don't come to Tokyo with me, my dad's gonna kill you, or my dad's gonna, like, hand you off to some wizard, so you kind of, it's like, yeah, there's an implication there about, like, I kind of have to. Frankly, I'm not interested, but if I reject him here and he takes it badly, I might lose his support. I just have to buy some time for now. Oh, the other girl's gonna be so upset about that. I need some time to think it over. Oh, you're open to the idea at least. That's great. I'm glad to hear it. What? What did you just say? Oh, fuck. There she is, Tsukasa. Oh, no. Wait, what? Tsukasa? Oh, no. How long have you been there? She's just gonna stab me. Oh, I didn't know you were there, Tsukasa. Have you been eavesdropping on our little secret conversation? That's not very polite. Secret conversation? So that's really how it is? Sato, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Oh, she's apologizing to me? Oh, wait, Tsukasa, it's not what you think. What? That's why she was crying. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. I was so clueless. Tsukasa, wait. What the hell was that? I'm sorry, I have to go. So, based on the fact that, like, Yuza and his friend saw her crying by the shrine in the last episode, and I'm guessing this happened before that, so whatever decision I made, I guess she would have probably realized that he had feelings for Sato and would just be very upset. Ugh. Oh, that face, though. But also, like, her first thought wasn't even like, you bitch, you betrayed me, I told you how I felt about him. And, you know, you do this to me. Instead, she apologizes to me for, like... Oh, what a sweetheart. That breaks my heart even more. Shotaro asks Sato to start a relationship with the intention of marrying her. Tsukasa, who happened to be there, is taken aback by what she heard and runs away. Ugh. You know what? I'm glad it didn't go the way I was expecting. Like, I'm glad they didn't pit the two girls against each other to be like, you know, like, I hate you. But, I mean, things could change, right? I can't do this. It's not fair. Tsukasa, listen, you're okay. There's still a chance. No, there isn't. Tsukasa, Sato, what's going on? There it is. There they are, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I can't explain right now. I love when the games do this with the different timelines, where it's like you see, like, we saw her crying, and we see it from, like, the boy's perspective, and you don't know what happened. And then you get the girl's perspective, and you're like, okay, it kind of clears things up. Tsukasa, come on, we're drawing too much attention here. Well... Oh, okay. I was like, that's it? You feeling a bit better now? Yeah, I'm sorry. None of this is your fault, Sato. I know that. Like, I am so happy. I'm so happy she's a girl's girl. Like, they're both girls. That they're not, like, pitted against each other for a man. I appreciate that it did not go the way I was expecting it to. And now we've missed the meeting time too. Shotaro's probably out there looking for us. Yeah, we'll find him later and apologize. Tsukasa was in pieces earlier, but at least she seems to have calmed down a bit. I mean, after something like that, of course she'd be upset. So you're saying today was the first time he ever said anything like that to you? Yeah, I had no idea he'd be confessing out of the blue like that. I mean, I get it. I know you weren't interested in him, but... I guess I really am still just a kid. I don't have the confidence to confess like that. Getting married, going to Tokyo together, that's way too much for me to even begin to think about. Yeah, he just skipped several steps. I guess guys from the city are like that. Still, you handled it so calmly. I was seriously impressed. If you say so. You were so calm and collected, I swear. I can hardly believe you're the same age as me. I wish I could stay that calm. She's like, about that, actually. I might have something else I need to tell you. Although you seem a bit different. Did something happen? I only really caught the tail end of your conversation back there. Oh, well, honestly, it's been quite a day. But I was planning to tell you everything. Tell me what? You're kind of scaring me with that serious look. Well, what I'm about to tell you is going to sound completely insane for all sorts of reasons. But every word of it is true. I need you to believe me, okay? Okay, scary. So this morning, Mr. Wakamura came to me. What? I don't even... You can't be serious. You're going to be offered up as a sacrifice tomorrow? And what? Some cursed storm has come into the island and you died and came back? Are you actually being serious? Yep, or at least Mr. Wakamura is completely convinced that's the case. I love how she just stone-faced like, yeah. Shotaro said it was all nonsense. He didn't believe a word of it. Nuh-uh, this is not okay. This is seriously messed up. You said before you didn't really remember much about your past, right? But claiming that you died? That has to be bullshit. Sato, why aren't you saying anything? Hello, Sato, you okay? Well, I don't know. Oh, I guess I have to maybe talk to her first, talk about Tsukasa. Things have gotten a bit messed up now, but I still think you need to tell Shotaro how you feel. You really think so? But he's clearly into you, not me. I mean, I don't think his feelings are just gonna flip once you tell him. In fact, I'd be even more worried if he changed his mind that easily, right? Yeah, I guess that's true. That said, letting him know your feelings is the best way to have him realize you're an option for him. I'm pretty sure up until now he just hasn't been paying attention. He hasn't noticed all the great stuff about you. Realize I'm an option. I'm not so sure that's the problem. You never know, even if he doesn't respond to you right away, his feelings could always change over time. Just look at you. You're cute, you're smart, and you're a great person. You've got every reason to be confident. Why are these guys so cute? Like, with Yuza and Azami and Tsukasa and Sato, like, why are they so adorable? Like, they're just such good people. They're like such good friends to each other. It just warms my heart. You're making me blush. It does sound convincing coming from you. I mean, I was totally ready to throw it all out there to see what would happen and all. But now you're starting to make me think I might actually have a shot. Exactly. No need to rush. Just take your time and let both your feelings develop. Thanks, Sato. You're right. I can't just give up. I'm gonna go ahead and tell him. But you really are good at this, Sato. You must be super experienced with all this. Of course I am. They don't call me a living encyclopedia for nothing. Who's they? Oh yes, Miss Encyclopedia. I almost forgot about that. I almost forgot too. So, did you finish writing the love letter? Well, I did finish it, but I ripped it up and threw it away. Oh, damn. Don't worry, I'll write another one. It's probably a good thing I get a redo. The first one was all me, me, me anyway. Yeah, that's the spirit. I suppose I'll need one more thing, Sato. You'll need to invite Shotaro over for me again. Yeah, that I can do. I'll get him to come even if it kills me. And then I'll come back to life, so it's okay. Thanks, but I'd rather you didn't get killed over this. Okay, so we can't really do anything with that right now, so let's just keep talking about it. She probably doesn't want to talk about herself right now. I don't think I can keep hiding the truth about myself much longer. She deserves to know. I should tell her about me, about my past. Well, I'm trying to, but it's not letting me. Okay, it's just because I needed to do the other stuff first. All that said, I feel like whatever's going on with you is way more serious. About that, you think we could talk for a bit? I have something important to share. Whoa, that serious face again. You're kind of scaring me. So, the truth is, some of my memories have started coming back. Just a few. Oh shit, okay. So she was lying to Wakamura. Wait, really? That's great. So, what'd you remember? Well, I want to keep this between us for now. Is that okay? Yeah, of course, totally. Earlier, when you said you couldn't believe we were at the same age, you were right. The truth is, although I might look quite young, I've actually been around for a very long time. Oh, so that's what you've been hiding. I knew something was up. I knew it. So how old are you? Already 20? She's like, 400. No, a little older than that. Whoa, I need to guess even higher? Alright, let's take a big jump. 23. I guess I lied. It's actually a lot older than that, I think, at least. A lot older? Now I'm not sure where to guess. Wait, you're not going to tell me you're secretly some ancient grandma, are you? Yep, that's about right. Huh? Also that part about me dying and coming back, there might be some truth to that, too. Huh? Yeah, so in other words, I'm actually an immortal girl with an immortal body. Nice to meet you. There's no way. I mean, what do you say after that? Are you being serious here? Yep, completely serious. I mean, I always thought you said some pretty weird things, but this one takes the cake. I guess you did always have a kind of strange vibe about you. Hearing this does sort of make sense. Man, they do accept things pretty quickly, like a zombie when Yuzo was like, I think my mom's a mermaid. He's like, cool, bro. Yeah, I believe that. Let's try and find out about that. Like, how did that even happen? Well, it's been so long I barely remember. But long ago, for some reason, I can't quite remember, I ended up eating the flesh of a mermaid. Oh, so she the nun? I mean, they did say, like, I was thinking about the fact she just showed up randomly. I'm like, maybe she is that nun who just showed up in the different towns. But then there's that other woman who had the box, right? That ran into the people from the paranormal department. The flesh of a mermaid? Oh, I've actually heard stories about that. Eating mermaid flesh is supposed to make you immortal, right? Exactly, that's the stuff. No way, so those stories were real? So you have an immortal body and you've been alive for who knows how long? Yep, that sums it up. So, how old are you, really? Well, I'm actually not too sure. I'm not really the forgetful type, but I think there was a human limit to how much I could ever remember. Even when living normally, you wind up forgetting stuff from long ago, right? I guess, maybe? I've only been alive 17 years, so I wouldn't really know. Oh, yeah. The oldest memory I can remember probably goes back several centuries at least. Damn, so you really are an ancient grandma. No, I was only 17 when I ate the mermaid flesh, you know? So I wasn't exactly lying about my age. In terms of looks, I'm still a spry young 17-year-old. Well, sure, I can't argue with that. But you're saying you're actually immortal? I think that tops my surprises for today. You believe me? Of course, you joke around a lot, but I trust you when you say it's serious. Girl that I've known for 3 months, I trust you with my life. Thank you. So, if you really did become immortal from eating the flesh of a mermaid, then I guess handing you over to some bigwig like this Kunodono actually starts to make sense. If I get handed over to him, I'm pretty sure he'd figure it out. Who knows what could happen? Right? That'd be bad news. No telling what he'd do after that. And if it's the truth, I guess there's no point in making excuses either. Exactly. What about the curse of the raging waves? Is that true too? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's real. I think I'm somehow connected to that place called Taishima that came up with the curse's story. You are? Well, but even so, I don't think I caused the curse. At least, I hope not. That'd be quite the twisteroonie if actually Yuzo was the one who was causing this as well. So you're saying you were on Taishima like 400 years ago? I think so. I don't really remember what kind of person I was back then. Even so, I can't believe the old man just straight up said he was going to hand you over tomorrow. I've been trying to figure out how to get out of that. Well, I'm going to help you, obviously. How about you really do just run away to Tokyo with Shotaro, then? I'd rather not. There has to be a better way. Plus, Shotaro also said that he wasn't leaving until next week. Meanwhile, this guy said he was coming tomorrow. Yeah, even as I said it, I realized I hadn't really thought it through very much. Let's take this one step at a time. Besides, I don't think the curse will just disappear if I leave the island. Yeah, even if you were the cause, that would mean that they could have just kicked you off the island, right? It kind of feels like the old man's just trying to pin everything on you. There has to be some reason behind it. Either way, if we could somehow stop this curse of the raging waves or whatever, it'd probably solve all my problems. Probably, yeah, but how are we supposed to stop a curse when we don't even know what it is? I always thought all this curse stuff was just occult nonsense. I never thought it could be real. Well, they are. Spirits and curses really do exist, no doubt about it. It was totally normal to live with them way back when, so it surprised me these days everyone just acts like they're not real. No way, this is all so surreal. Well, I suppose you being here is already past surreal into the mythical. I guess I gotta rethink what's normal. I guess that means our best chance at the moment probably lies in your memory somewhere. Do you really not remember anything about what you were doing before you washed up on the island? No, well I now remember I was on Taishima 400 years ago. Everything between then and waking up here is completely blank. I'm guessing I might have been asleep somewhere for the last 400 years or something like that. Damn, how did something like that even happen? You think it's connected to whatever happened to Taishima? Yeah, probably. Still sleeping for 400 years? That's just unreal. It feels like something out of a story. I mean, you fit into our society so naturally, it's hard to believe you're not from the same era. I was quite lost at first, but I didn't want to cause a scene, so I tried really hard to fit in. Everything had changed so much. There were surprises around every corner. It was pretty overwhelming. I can imagine. It's like that old tale of Urashima Taro. You came back and centuries had gone by. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is quite similar. I'm amazed the tale of Urashima Taro is being told even now. But you know what amazed me the most? TV. It was incredible how much I could learn from. Imagine this girl in the internet era. Oh, she'd be unstoppable. Aha, so that's why you were always glued to the TV. Still, that's amazing. I can't believe you managed to blend in so naturally just from watching TV. Yeah, it was actually easier than I expected. It felt more like visiting a country with a different culture than jumping through time. And I guess since I barely remembered anything from my past, there wasn't much to get in the way of learning new stuff. Right, I guess that's why you seemed a bit distant when you first arrived on the island. Yeah, sorry I was such a pain. You were just scared, right? You had no memories and were thrown into a completely different era. I was lucky, though. Everyone on the island was so kind. That helped a lot. Still, I still can't believe the old man wants to offer you as a sacrifice. That's messed up. I wish you could remember a bit more about yourself, though. Aren't you even a little curious about who you were? Doesn't it worry you? Honestly, not really. I mean, I was probably just another person. I doubt I was anyone special. Don't say that, you never know. Maybe she was a princess. Well, either way, we'll just have to make a bunch of good memories for the new you. That sounds good. Even the last few months have been filled with great memories for me. Hang on, I just realized. Oh. Okay, if you really are immortal, Sato. I don't know why I thought I saw something on the screen, but I didn't. Every time you say, even if it kills me, you kind of left out the part where that's not possible. Damn, you're right. That does sound bad now. Wait, no, it's the opposite. It means I'm so determined I'd risk dying despite my immortality. Uh-huh, so coming from you, it actually carries even more weight. Got it. I think I spun that pretty well. You know I can hear you, right? You know what? I actually feel kind of relieved. Even after learning all these things about me, you aren't treating me any different. Well, yeah, you're still you. Nothing's really changed for me. Thank you. I'm glad I could tell you the truth. Usually when people find out, they freak out and quickly pull away. I was worried that you'd do the same. Yeah, I mean, I can see why people might distance themselves if they found out. Yuza's ma was totally shunned when people started blaming her. Hmm? Oh, and here's where we might get to the connection of the mermaid. Anyway, don't worry. I won't tell a soul. Your secret's safe with me. Yeah, let's talk about the mother. There might be a connection there. You said Yuza's mother was shunned for something. All you ever told me was she passed away in the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago. Right, you wouldn't know about it. I mean, I guess it's not exactly something you'd share with a guest on the island. Hmm? Truth is, they pinned the blame for that whole disaster on her. Said it was Mare's fault. What? Seriously? But why? No idea. People just started saying she was some kind of bad omen or something. Sure, she never really fit in on the island, but that was no reason to treat her like that. That's probably why things felt so tense when Yuza came back to the island a few months ago. I figured folks were just joking around, so I didn't really think too much of it. That's so cruel, even after she's gone. I feel so bad for doubting Sato. I was thinking that she was, like, cozying up to use his grandmother for, like, nefarious purposes. But I'm like, no, she's just, as far as I can tell, she's just a nice girl. But, you know, it's quite similar to what's happening to you right now. The old man called you the same thing they called her. What was it? The Raging Waves Curse Bearer? Maybe she feels like some subconscious connection to the grandmother, knowing, like, what the grandma's daughter went through. Wait, so they said Mare was the source of the curse too? That's weird, but what does it mean? Could it be Yuza's ma was actually like you? Like she was also immortal? Huh? And maybe she didn't really go missing, but was actually sacrificed to this Kudono. But Mr. Wakamura said he wouldn't make the same mistake from 5 years ago, so I don't think that's it. Right, yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it. Still, I wonder if Yuza or Tsuyu know anything about this curse of raging waves. Yeah, it's not exactly an easy topic to bring up, but we don't really have any other leads. Let's go talk to Tsuyu. We can ask her about Mare and the curse. It's funny, too, because, like, I don't know if at this point we also talk, like, Yuza already talked to his grandmother about this, and she'd be like, oh my gosh, why is everybody bringing this up? But wait, if Yuza's ma really was this curse bearer or whatever, that means she's dragged not only herself and her family, but the whole island into the storm. That's kind of a scary thing to think about. Yeah, I can't imagine she did it on purpose. Maybe, at the very least, she didn't know about it, but even then. It's still awful. Either way, the outcome was such a terrible one. No, this curse bearer stuff has to be total bull. I'm not buying it. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But then, where did all these curse bearer rumors come from in the first place? There's gotta be a way to prove they're unfounded. Bet you anything it was that so-called sorcerer the old man's been talking to. It has to be. Maybe we could go shake it out of them until they admit it was made up. It's a bit extreme, but if we could pull it off, it would clear things up. Yeah, let's go shake down I don't know, an old man. I don't know how old he is, but 2 teenage girls. Well, okay, one's immortal. Although, even if we prove you're not the curse bearer, they're still going to come after you for being immortal. I guess so. They want me because I'm immortal, not just because of the curse. Right? Yeah, because Wakamura was like, I'll make sure that, you know, like, if you can stop this curse, I won't let him have you, but, who's to say that, like, he wouldn't just get paid off by this guy anyway? It seems like he's very interested in, like, money. Man, I really want to believe all this curse stuff is nonsense. There's gotta be something else we can do. The only other people I really trust around here are Azami and Yusa. If we ask them, I bet they'd help. Would you rather I didn't tell them? I mean, I'm pretty sure they keep it a secret, but yeah, I would rather avoid telling anyone else. Gotcha. Well then, maybe we could just hide out somewhere until tomorrow, buy a little time? But where could we hide? Oh. But I'm not sure if that's the right choice here. Not even sure if I should mention it. What is it? Whatever. You trusted me with your secret, so I guess it's only fair I share one too. You have a secret too? Keep this between us, okay? It's about my pa, actually. Wait, your dad? But I thought you grew up with just your mom. I did. That's why I got curious about who my pa was and started digging on my own. I didn't have much to go on, but I managed to piece it together. Maybe I've got a knack for detective work. That is impressive, especially because this takes place in the 80s. So it'd be a lot harder to come across information. That's incredible. A detective just like on TV. Anyway, turns out he's a very rich guy from Issei. Apparently way back, my ma used to work as a maid at his estate. Wait, does that mean... You guessed it, I'm his illegitimate child. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, I kind of suspected it already, so it wasn't a huge shock or anything. Besides, he's been sending child support this whole time, so I'm grateful. Your life really is like a TV show. Anyway, I've actually snuck off to meet him a few times. You met your dad on your own, and that wasn't a problem? Surprisingly, yeah, he was happy to see me. He even said he wanted to meet me, too. Took me out for dinner a couple times. Nice, but you're smart and so cute. I can see why he'd be proud. Damn, she's just gassing her up. I love it. I got no complaints about the life I have now with Ma. I'm not out to shake him down for cash or stir up trouble or anything. That said, I've never told Ma that I met with him. There's still bad blood there, apparently. Oh, that's no good. Nobody in the island knows about this. You're the first person I've ever told. That turned into a full-on secret swap. I mean, you two, I think yours is a little crazier. Anyway, worst case scenario, I thought we could maybe ask my pa for help. He's pretty rich, so he could probably arrange a place for you to hide for a while. Might help us buy some time to look into this curse. That's quite the connection to have. Thanks for sharing with me. Having a place to lay low would be great, but won't he be suspicious if we don't explain things? Honestly, I'm not sure. We either lie to him or risk telling the truth. And personally, I would rather not lie to him. You think it's better to keep your secret even from my pa? Yeah, sorry. I'd really rather no one knew. I get it. If word got out, it would probably stir up a whole new mess. Let's keep that as our last resort, then. It was a great idea, though. Thanks. Tsukasa, I just had a thought. Yeah? What is it? This Kunodono guy, he said he has a way to break the curse of the raging waves, right? Yeah, sounds like it. That's what he's offering in exchange for you, right? Then what if we somehow stole it from him? Oh, bold idea. You mean we fake the trade and swipe it instead? No, I mean, what if I just snuck into Kudono's place and took it? So we have our detective arc and now we're going undercover? Are we spies? I would play a spin-off of that with these two. Yeah, okay, that's probably not realistic. I do think it's a bit of a stretch. We don't exactly have the skills or intel for a spy mission. Still, if there was some way to break the curse of the raging waves, that would solve everything. Exactly. Okay, so we're probably gonna go and talk to Yuza's grandmother. Yeah. We should apologize to Shotaro, too. Oh, right. Yeah, let's just go back to the Wakamoras. This isn't gonna be awkward at all. I'm assuming this is where Shotaro would be, right? It looks like Shotaro isn't home. Yeah, no one's here right now. Oh, it's just the phone that scared me. Ooh, we're gonna save. I wonder if that would be crazy if it was the guy, the wizard guy. Let's pick it up. I like that there's this option. I'll get it. We'll see. Hello, Wakamura residents. Huh? You one of those Wakamuras? No. No one from the Wakamura family's home right now. Would you mind calling back later? Wait, really? Then that means... You must be the immortal girl. God damn it. Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean. If this is a prank call, I'm hanging up. Something about his tone really irks me. Aha, so this is where you've been hiding. Took me forever to find ya. Who is this? My dear Osato, it's been a while. What? He knows? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because in the, there was the thing, like, in the last episode when it showed everybody was dead, it flashed to one of the files, and yeah, Osato is her actual name. We're hanging up. So this is a prank call. I'm hanging up now. Whoa, hold on. Don't you hang up on me, you little shit. I know exactly who I'm talking to. Sounds like he actually knows who you are, Sato. I think this might be our chance to get some info. Oh, I got a really bad feeling about this. So, my dear little Osato. Okay, so it's not Kudono. I hear Kudono's got his eye on you now. You're awfully well informed. Mind telling me who you are? But of all the people out there, it was Kunodo who found out. Damn, that geezer's gonna hunt you to the ends of hell. Who are you? Tell me. Whoa, you're really fired up. Hang on, wait, you fucking serious? You don't remember me? For real? That's real harsh. After everything we had, all that passionate talk about our future together? Wait, what? Come on, just because I don't remember you doesn't mean you get to start spouting nonsense. Hey, you know if it's nonsense soon enough. And listen, I'm actually the one trying to help you here, you know? You might want to hear me out. What do you mean? So this Kunodono, he's a psycho old man, funneling cash into researching immortality. If he gets his hands on you, you'll be strapped to a table in his lap while he cuts you open. He'll sit there watching as you die and regenerate, all part of his fucked up experiments. And once you're all healed up, slice and dice again. Rinse and repeat over and over. Sounds fun, huh? Oh, that's straight up torture. I mean, I figured that's the way it was gonna go. Even if your body's immortal, the pain is all real. Becoming his sacrificial guinea pig would be nothing but hell on earth. You sure know a lot about this. Well, yeah, that's why you should come to me instead. Doesn't sound so bad, now does it, Osato? Apparently I'm a hot commodity. All the guys want me, huh? I'll take you into my protection before you're handed to Kunodono. All you need to do is shut up and do as you're damn told, woman. Oh, hell no. Don't talk to my girl like that. You think I would ever grovel to some nameless creep like you? You got another thing coming. I refuse. You'll remember me when we meet, I promise. So here's the deal. Get on today's last ferry. Ooh, to Toba Port, come alone. Oh, there's so many options. This is gonna be so hard to keep track of everything. God. Okay. Alright, let's do it. I understand. What? Sato? I don't know who you are, but I understand you're rude, selfish, and absolutely not worth listening to. Oh, hell yeah, girl. Spit your facts. So do us both a favor and never contact me again. Come on, is that really how you're gonna play it? Listen, if you don't show up when I say, I'll tear through every last dumbass on this island. Oh, so that's the person who got them. That's the person who is slicing everybody up. Okay. Slice them all to fucking pieces. Sound good to you? That's what will happen. Or that's what happens when people defy me. No mercy, just punishment. What? So I'll say it once more, my dear Osato. If you don't want this island to be a bloodbath, get on the last ferry. Come to Toba Port. Alone. This is your last chance. You get that, right? What if it was Avi? What if he was the person on the phone? When you say no mercy, just punishment, what exactly are we talking about here? Oh, you know, I have this little curse power, and let's just say it can be pretty fucking potent. Oh, another curse? I guess I could show it off by cursing every woman on this island, kill them all off one by one. How's that sound? That way everyone on the island will see the one girl who doesn't die and, well, I guess your secret's out. And that's exactly what happened. No. Although, so yeah, better just do as I say. No point fighting it. I've already got an assassin mixed in with the locals. Oh shit, everything's set. An assassin mixed in with the locals? And they're fucking nuts. Gave them a curse and they were way too thrilled to use it. Dead serious too. Eyes like a psycho killer. You get those sometimes. Natural killers. What if it was Yuza? Pretty sure they've already made their move, and unless I call them off, they sure ain't stopping. Is he being serious? I'll check in with you again after the first body drops, but I really recommend you make the smart choice before that. Anywho, ferry's leaving soon, so tick-tock, my dear. Don't keep me waiting. Well, this just got interesting. Glad I picked up that phone. This is bad. You heard all that, right? Killing people with curses? No way, right? That's a lot to take in. Alright, first things first, calm down. Let's talk things over with Tsukasa. That last ferry leaves in what, less than an hour now? And if I don't get on it, the whole island is in trouble. All that talk about curses and killing people, and we still have no idea who that even was. It felt like he knew something about your past, too. Yeah, but as far as I can remember, I honestly have no idea who he is. They knew about, Unka Kundono and his research, so they're definitely involved in some way or another. And maybe it's someone who doesn't get along with Kodono and wants to steal you away from him. Makes sense. Trying to help me is probably just a front, so his real goal has got to be something like that. So, maybe he acted like he knew you to put you at ease? Could be, but if he really wanted to put me at ease, I don't think he had the right tone. Yeah, that attitude was anything but reassuring. Like, was he actually serious thinking that you'd go along with all that because he barked it at you? Not to mention threatening to curse the people on the island to death. It's hard to tell how serious he was. I mean, based on how my last stream ended, unless it was a complete coincidence and that was someone else, like, we know that that's probably true. Well, one thing is clear. He's bad news. Wait, someone's coming home. Well, you came back, huh, Sato? Everything is still so up in the air, I really didn't want to have to see him right now. He could have at least come home a little bit earlier and taken that damn phone call for me. What's wrong, girl? You look like you've seen a ghost. Oh, well, we got a strange threatening phone call. Oh, tell me more. So some nobody we don't even know wants you sent off on the last ferry today. They said if I don't go, the island will be struck with no mercy, just punishment. Bah, he's just trying to snatch you out from under Kudono's nose. Always some fools trying to play smart. Pulling a stunt like that wouldn't just get you on Kudono's bad side. It'd be a hell of a lot worse than that. Ignore that fool's call. You're going to Kudono tomorrow like we planned. Okay. Oh yeah, I totally should have said something earlier, but I am totally against this whole sacrifice nonsense. Hey old man, if we can lift the curse of the raging waves before tomorrow, then Sato doesn't have to be offered as a sacrifice, right? Well, yeah, if that was possible. But that curse stumped even the finest sorcerer I know. You need solid proof it's been broken. That's fine. I love how she just sticks up for me. What a girl. That assassin or whatever they were talking about kind of worries me. Who the heck could it be? You said they're blending in with the locals. I really hope it's not someone we know. Wait, what else did he say? Something about an assassin? Yeah, they said someone wielding a curse power has mixed in with the locals and is already proceeding with their plans. Think it could be true? Most likely bluffing, but I'll have folks look into it just in case. Either way, if we nab the assassin first, there ain't nothing to worry about. This is my Kamishima. I don't like hearing that we have unknowns mixed in with my people. Seeing as we're being threatened by a curse, couldn't you just ask that sorcerer you trust to help us deal with it? Not happening. Too short notice. Even just one consultation takes a whole month of back and forth with our manager for an appointment. Not to mention, you can't even imagine how much it costs. You don't trouble someone like that over some damn fool's prank call when it's probably just a bluff. Seriously? They're that big of a deal? I guess neither of the two we bumped into yesterday was the sorcerer then. Who you talking about? Yesterday we spoke to a man and a woman in traditional clothes who asked where this place was. They didn't stop by? Oh, right, yeah, some shady-looking folks came around. They said something about a great storm curse drawing near and told me I should warn everyone to prepare for evacuation. Wait, so even people from outside the island know about this curse of the raging waves? But then, who were they? Beats me. Claimed they were with the police or some such, but something smelled fishy to me. They were rambling on about mummies and whatnot. Didn't make a lick of sense. Ain't got no time to mess with folks like that. Told them I already knew. Had them get lost. Anyone with even the slightest spirit sense can tell the island's affected by a curse right now. They were just scam artists using that to spout nonsense to squeeze out donations. Bunch of crooked psychics, that's all. Got no time to be dealing with folks like that. Is that really all it was? Something about it's nagging at me. Is this curse or the raging waves definitely real? I already told you it's as real as they get. So, what are you gonna do now, old man? First off, Sato ain't going anywhere. Stay put till the last ferry docks back on the mainland. You sure it's safe? Curses or not, there's no way anyone's gonna go around killing off a bunch of people. About that just ain't practical. That said, someone sneaking around as an assassin, that could happen. Bah, even if their curse was just a bluff, they're clearly planning something. Ain't no way I'll let it slide. Threatening not just me, but Kunodono, they'll regret messing with us. I'll smoke them out myself and have them confess all their bullshit. Yikes, he's pissed. You two stay right here, got it? He's gone, sped out like a bullet. So, what now? He told us to wait here, but, well, we don't need to catch the ferry anymore. Still, it feels like a waste of time just sitting here. Let's go see if we can find Tsuyu. Sounds good. If we can find a way to stop the curse of the raging waves, there'd be no reason to sacrifice you. Alright, so considering it, about an hour and a half later, considering it is just about 7 o'clock, we will finish up with their section, and I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Well, we definitely learned a lot more after speaking with Tsuyu, and I appreciate the fact they just skipped everything. Tsukasa? Damn it. Listen, there's no way I'm letting them sacrifice you. Not for anything. Thanks, Tsukasa. I'm sorry I got so worked up. Don't worry about it. That's just who you are. I guess the last ferry should have reached the mainland by now. Yeah, think the old man managed to find that assassin? Let's go see what's going on outside. Not like we have much else to do. Yeah. Are we gonna find him dead? Oh, hello. This is awkward. Hi. Look, it's Shotaro. I mean, I feel like this is not really important right now, but okay. Hey, you two. Perfect timing. My old man's been stomping around with this wild look on his face, asking people if they've seen anyone suspicious. You two know anything about that? Actually, yeah, we do. So, I guess he's trying to track down an assassin who's blending in on the island somewhere. Wow, so people really announce threats like that over the phone? Still, I'm glad the old man didn't take the bait. That was probably the right call. But if it's not just Kunodono's people after you, then we've got a new problem on our hands. Yep. If this so-called assassin really has slipped in among the others, running away blindly like my old man won't get us anywhere. We don't have enough to go on yet, so it's hard to say anything for sure. But at the very least, I'll be looking for people with regular contact with those off the island. Right, anyone who rarely leaves the island isn't likely a suspect. So that means people like Shotaro and me who live off the island most of the time are the most suspicious? Given the situation, yeah. You know, it's also possible the caller and the assassin are both working for Kunodono. Wait, why would you think that? It's possible he either never had the means to lift the curse of the raging waves like he promised, or he never intended to hand it over in the first place. I get it. That way he could just get Sato without keeping his end of the bargain. Plus, he could then turn around and pin everything on your old man. Exactly. Sharp as ever, Tsukasa. Thanks. Either way, someone like that really is out there. We need to stay on guard. Definitely. I'm sorry about missing our meeting today. I was the one who asked and ended up standing you up. Something urgent came up and I couldn't make it. Oh, right, that. Well, stuff happens. I'm not mad or anything, but I do wish you brought it up a little sooner. Right, sorry. Mind telling me what happened? Well, something unexpected came up and kind of threw off my whole schedule. Aw, Tsukasa, so you can't say any more than that? You're not even going to tell me what you wanted to talk about? Yeah, I can't tell you that. Sorry, I can't tell you that yet either. Sorry. Right. Well, whatever. Let's just say you owe me one. I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel like he's just holding stuff over me. It could just be something that's like a fun little thing like, oh, you owe me a date, but it could just be like, you're gonna be my wife. Yeah, sometime when I need it, you'll have to do something for me. I don't like this. Wait, that's not fair. It's not her fault. I'm the one who caused all the problems today. You see, I was actually the one who... Tsukasa, stop. This isn't the time for that. But if I don't, you'll... Whoa, why do I feel like I'm the bad guy here? You're the one who didn't show up. No, you're not the bad guy. It really is my fault. I'm sorry. No, it's on me. Sato didn't do anything wrong. Okay, relax. For the sake of your friendship, I'll let it slide. Let's just reschedule for another time. Right, thank you. Things are a little hectic today. We can talk about that more another time. So, about getting you out of that whole sacrifice mess? Oh, about that. What? What's that face? I've been thinking, and maybe it's best if we leave for Tokyo together first thing tomorrow. Lay low for a while. Yeah, I know, it looks like I'm just using this chaos as an excuse, but at this point, I don't think I can offer any other options. What do you think? Well, first off, thanks for thinking over it for me, but would it be okay if I gave it a little more thought? Sure, but if you take the ferry, my old man will catch on. If you want to go, it would have to be on a small boat, quietly, just after dawn. I'll need time to set things up, so I need your answer by tonight. Okay, I'll think it through. So first I have to, like, maybe go on this boat to meet this guy, and now I have to give Shotaro an answer? What's wrong? Looks like you got something caught in your bangs. Oh, how embarrassing. You always seem so calm and collected, but I guess everyone has their moments. Where? You want me to take a look? No, it's okay. I still got that hand mirror on me. Let's take a look. Oh, there it is. Is that a feather? When did that get there? Got it. That looks better. I'm waiting for... Oh! What? Interesting. Whoa. What is that? Is something wrong, Sato? There's something behind me. Huh? What was that? I should check. Oh, I hate when they do this. I hate when they do this. It's probably going to be nothing there. And I'll be like, what? I just could have sworn it was right around here. The game does a really good job at kind of faking you out with the jump scares, where it's just like, look behind you, and then a lot of the time there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Maybe I imagined it. Oh. Oh. Oh, well. And that happened. Shit, that hurts. Are we about to... Am I about to... Am I about to have Sato die twice at the end of my playthroughs 2 nights in a row? Or like 2 weeks in a row. Crazy. This poor girl, she just can't catch a break. It cut straight through me. My insides are on fire. This is it, isn't it? I just died. Yep, and this is the beginning of everything. How? What happened? Tsukasa, I'm sorry. They got me. So, this is the power of the curse then. It's real. I saw something for a split second, and then it cut me down. Okay, just relax, breathe, nice and slow. This is bad. People are coming over. It's turning into a scene. Oh no, not here. Everyone will see. Damn it. Everyone will know I can heal. What do I do? They're all panicking. No choice. Just act dazed, clueless, then run away while I can. Oh, okay. So I got an achievement for that. Witness Sato's resurrection. Alright. Well, poor Sato. That's 2 live streams in a row where we've ended with her death. But, it was just her death for now. So, yeah, let's go ahead. We're gonna save. That was a lot that happened. But that was a lot of information. Not just in terms of, like, all of the mythology, all of the tales and everything, but just in terms of, like, poor Sato, man. She really got a lot of bad stuff happening to her. She's got multiple people that are after her. And cut down, but looks like she survived this time because there's progression after this. We didn't just get a bad end, so we are getting further into the story. So now we got to deal with the aftermath of that. So I'm glad we learned about her. We got the confirmation. It was kind of confirmed in the last live stream that she is possibly, if not a mermaid, she has got the immortality and the ability to regenerate. But now everybody's after her because of that, and there's a lot of stuff happening. Someone threatening to basically, like, she's got to come meet at that boat, like, tonight, or else everyone's getting cut down. We saw that happen, so we know it's not a bluff. So we got some options here, but I'm very intrigued. Another great, engrossing part of the story, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So thank you all I'm the one who played. Thank you all for showing up to watch me play this. Now, unfortunately, I'm probably going to be taking a break from it after this cliffhanger because, as mentioned earlier in the live stream, Tomodachi Life 2 is coming out next week, and I do want to do at least one live stream of that if I can get my Switch connected to my computer. If I can't, we'll be playing some more PARANORMASIGHT. So either way, stay tuned. Keep an eye out on the channel, and you will see what I'm going to be live streaming next week. Next Friday, I'm definitely streaming something, whether it's this or Tomodachi. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you will stay tuned for more of PARANORMASIGHT. Like I said, it might be a little bit of time before I get back into this. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Thank you so much, and I will catch you for my next stream, hopefully. Until then.